Hi, and welcome everyone to the Fridays with Frankie portion of the Frankie and Ding Dong Show. I am King Ding Dong. I'm here along with my best friend and partner in this crime of ours called the Frankie and Ding Dong Show. Yep, one and only Frankie Aberlon, been killing it on the lanes lately, and a lot of people actually been scoring pretty well as of late. We're going to talk about that and a lot of other different things tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Frankie Aberlon. Welcome to Fridays with Frankie. We are going to have a special guest coming on with us, Jimmy Clark, owner of Bullet Builders Pro Shop and founder of the Just in Time Shootout, which is a tournament coming up this weekend and next Saturday at Just in Time Recreation in Lewiston, Maine. So we're just coordinating that. And we got Jimmy coming on in a few minutes. He'll be popping in. He's actually bowling league tonight at Just in Time Recreation on the Beer Drinkers League. Yeah. And speaking of high score shout outs, we got high scores coming in tonight. Shane McFarland, Colonel Sanders, 5:57 after 2. Adam Jordan says, good evening, guys. Speaking of Adam Jordan, Crazy Train, we are going to be bowling trios with Crazy Train tomorrow.
Can't wait, yeah.
And then we got singles events. I'm shooting a doubles with him tomorrow. I'm shooting a doubles with you tomorrow. Yeah. So we got some wild stuff going on. Kathy, peace. Kathy Anderson checking in. How you doing, Kathy? So we got a lot of good stuff going on. And so let's get into it here while we're waiting for Jimmy to come in. Let's talk about some news we broke last week on the show here, okay?
We actually broke it before.
You heard it here on this broadcast first before any other news outlet that the PBA bans traditional urethane older than August 1st of 2022. So basically the hardness rule is going up from 72 to 73, okay? And so the PBA is saying anything less than before August 1st obviously can't be used. I believe they're going to be doing like field spot checks for bowling balls. I think it's just for the national tour right now, though, from what I'm being told. Not
the regionals.
Not the regionals, not the senior tour, I don't think at this point, just the national tour. So, and I mean, that makes sense, right? You got some of the regional guys, maybe some of the other guys, not as much in equipment out there in their bags and everything. So, I mean, it makes sense to not have to go down that road at this point with some of those guys. So, and ladies, by the way.
I have a little bit of a theory on it, Frankie.
Okay.
So if you're going to do this change in urethane with the hardness, why not put them in the hands of the best bowlers in the world to show us, the amateur bowlers out there, that, hey, maybe these urethanes, maybe they're just as good. Maybe they're not quite as good, but you add just a little bit more surface to them, but who better to showcase them really than the pros? So, to instill it in the pros first, and then I think it will just trickle down to, let's say, the other players all the way down to us, and to the point where, maybe to us, it's just, hey, when we buy a new urethane ball, we buy the new one rather than the old ones that aren't available anymore.
I agree, but I saw Ron Hicklin had a great post about this the other day about talking about the urethanes, and I have my own theories on certain things. If people ask me, I'll tell them one-on-one. I don't really pull punches with certain things. I think a lot of it with this is a moving the goalpost type of situation. You have a ball. Let's just face it, the purple hammer behind you. I use a lot of purple hammers, especially on sport shots. There's really no need to use traditional urethane.
Other players,
absolutely, but but I think it's a moving the goalpost situation because you have a ball like that's very successful, and so they do things like, okay, well, we're going to ban balls that are more than 2 years old to try to, maybe limit certain balls in the field, and then okay, well, now we're going to up the hardness. Okay, so now you have to remanufacture equipment. Now we're going to make it not older than August 1st. So it's kind of like, I don't think it affects other manufacturers as much as it affects one certain manufacturer, in my opinion, just because of the traditional urethane aspect of it. We haven't heard PBA or anyone else come out about what are they going to do with balls that are microcell polymer or torethane or anything else that might not be traditional urethane. So, maybe that's just more weaker resin compounds with some traditional urethane additive. How are they going to handle that? Yeah. So, if they absorb oil and they have plasticizer, then they're resin, in my opinion. So that's just how I feel about it. And we'll see what happens going forward. I have some purples on order with the new ones that are coming out with the new purple pin colors in them, and we'll
Which
see how they
might be
roll.
just as good.
Yeah, I agree. I think they are going to be very good. Now, if you make all the urethane balls at an 81 or 82 hardness, no one will probably throw urethane anymore ever again.
Kind of like the junior challenge there. What is it? Team Masters, where you only get the one ball. Actually, we got Brooks' ball.
You did, okay. Yep.
And it's 80 to 82 hardness, like you said, a pearl urethane. And it's the PBA Skills 3.02
or something like that. Yeah, correct. Yep.
It's actually a very attractive bowling ball. And surprising, it's a good-looking bowling ball, but it's funny how they adopted like both the old rules and the new rules. You can only have 1 ounce of side weight, finger weight, or thumb weight, but you still can't have a balance hole. So,
can't have a balance hole, and you have to use their ball.
Yeah, and you have to use it, and you can only have one ball with you. You literally, you can't have multiples of the same ball with different drillings. Yeah. Literally, you're limited to that one ball for all days of the competition. It's a pretty wild competition. I mean, it sounds like some kind of torture we'd put our bowlers through.
I agree. And,
I mean, honestly.
Yeah, no, I agree. But that's obviously it's a marketing thing on their end. They're trying to get people to buy their stuff, which is fine. And it is standardizing the equipment. It's making it basically throwing back to like the early '80s type of deal. So I understand that. I'm just keeping an eye out on when I get Jimmy accepts our invite to get in here. It's going to be really cool. We're trying to get him on the lanes because he's going to be bowling on the shot at the JIT that we're going to be bowling on this weekend.
For sure.
And speaking of which, high score shout out. How about Stuff Cross? Dave Frechette, 820 with a 300 game last night. Member of our former first place state tournament champion team, Catalina Wine Mixer. So
we have 1 first and 2 seconds. That doesn't suck.
We do. That doesn't suck at all. So congratulations to Stuff Cross on that. So Tony McMillan says, "Is that your version of Joe Boo from Major League there?" No, this is King Abralon. That's King Abralon. He's our mascot for the show. Normally he has some
he must have smoked all his stash.
His stash is there's nothing in his pipe right now, but he usually has some goodies in there. So
if you notice the mouth is a little extra upturned. Maybe he finished it.
So we got all kinds of stuff here. We have brand new Katana Assault coming out 127. We threw it back with an old school Columbia U2 here just because we can. And we got some signed bowling pins, a junior gold championship one with a bunch of pro signatures, an old school PBA tour from the 90s. We have our durometer here. Because that's how you measure balls. We put the durometer in.
Parker Bone right there, in front. Check that out.
We got all kinds of fun stuff here tonight. Oh, hold on. We got Jimmy coming in hot.
Oh, yeah.
Coming in hot.
Everybody.
There he is. Hey, Master Splinter. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, hanging out here with our Friday night beer drinkers. We're here just in time rec. Tomorrow, out. Many of these guys here are going to be in it. I'm assuming they're going to be drinking beer as they do every Friday. It's been a good night so far. We had 300 chase the first game. Shane
settings, maybe, change this.
On the other side of the building.
So Jimmy Clark, actually owner of Bullet Builders Pro Shop, he is the one that's putting on the Just in Time Shootout along with Mallory Clark, his wife.
All right, so hold on here. We're getting this microphone cranking. You gonna get up there and bowl it, Jimmy, here in the 10th frame? We're gonna see some good stuff or what?
I'm up in just a minute.
We want to update on how Shane's doing out there, Colonel Sanders, too.
Absolutely, that'd be awesome.
All right, here we go. Sure. The Katana Assault. We're playing the slow wheel.
Oh, here we go. There he is.
All right,
we got him now.
Yeah, sweet.
Colonel Sanders.
I think you look lefty, and I can hold it backwards. All right, we're gonna get Lefty Jimmy in here.
Lefty Jimmy?
Yeah. The camera turn it around here. How do we turn the camera around?
Can you do like the little swipe thing? Can you? If he just points it at you on the lane, you should be able to see you pretty easily. Should be able to get it.
Stop my camera.
There might be a camera with a little, like little circle.
No, there he is again. I see you.
Go backwards.
No, you're good. You're good. You're fine. We can see you perfectly right there.
Yeah. All right.
That's perfect. Yes, that's going to be Righty Jimmy.
Righty Jimmy. Here we go. And giving us a preview.
Katana Assault, folks. Look at this. Jimmy using the Katana Assault. Oh, my God. I can't wait to see this thing. Look at this bad boy. Well, here we go, Ding Dong. I'm going to have you take a look, too.
Yeah, let's check it out.
There he goes. Oh, look at that!
Sounded
We also have, where is it? We got a two-hander throwing plastic for a lot to strike a bunch. So there's a lot of different options that work. So, yeah. This guy back there, him, plastic.
Hey.
Did a 300 with a T-zone like 4 or 5 weeks ago. So let's see
Yeah,
if I can
Parker Tebow.
from it.
Awesome. So we got Jimmy throwing some balls down the lane right now.
Say that again.
So we got Master Splinter throwing the Katana Assault down the lane, available next week from Bowler Builders Pro Shop.
Ball looks really good. All right, let's try it again.
That's awesome. Got Master Splinter right on the lanes for you guys, right on the show.
Yeah, kind of a preview to what we'll be bowling on this weekend and next Saturday in that JIT, the just-in-time shootout.
Let's see if we can get his. Sometimes the Wi-Fi on that end of the building can be a little sketchy. So
Yeah, no doubt.
look at him. We need to get him on camera more often.
Yeah,
He gets on the camera, he does nothing but strike.
Oh, if I'd have a hell of a lot more than 4:30 after 2. It's crazy. So here, let's do this. So we're a real quick peek. This is Zach Gendron. He's been bowling great lately. Give that man 7 bagger. That's front 7. There's a lot of different ways to attack this pattern. I can't wait for the weekend. Gonna be a lot of scores here.
Yeah, we can't wait. We can't wait either, Master Splinter. Great tournament idea by you last year. This is year 2. There was a bunch of high scores last year. Really looking forward to this year, especially with all the huge numbers coming in the last few weeks. Tell us about how this tournament came to be, in your opinion, and how you came to this format.
I missed the last part of it. We had a lot of great sponsors sign up for the tournament. A lot of good entries. We're going to have a big name. We're going to have a couple professionals in the field. My wife being one of them, Mallory. And the other one, Arturo. Arturo Quintero is going to be up here tomorrow with Bayside owner Charlie Mitchell and our very own founder, really, Scott Moore. So that's going to be an interesting trio. See how many times they can strike tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that'll be great. They'll definitely put up some numbers, and hopefully we all can put up some numbers and get a whole bunch of live streams for some 300s and 800s this weekend.
That's what I'm hoping for. So you guys will be around, so I know you'll have your phones handy. We'll see what we can do. It'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Jimmy, thank you so much for starting this tournament last year. It's getting bigger and better every year. Are we doing anything this weekend? Are there any ball raffles or anything going on this year?
So the Bowler Builders Pro Shop has actually donated 6 bowling balls to raffle off. So what we're doing is we're off 100 tickets at $2 a piece. As soon as we sell the 100 tickets, we're raffling off a ball. Somebody's going to get a ball. And then we're going to do that again. And then we'll do the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th time. And if we get rid of all 6, we'll make it work. We'll find 7, 8, however many it takes. Last year, I believe we did 11 bowling balls. 11 bowlers, different bowlers too. There was no Josh Juarbes winning 4 or 5 of his own. But yeah, so it's going to be a good time. Plenty of giveaways for bowling balls. We're going to be doing a 50-50 raffle, every squad. So all the proceeds will be going to the tournament, to the prize fund. So I'm excited, very excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. We're really looking forward to it. Obviously, Bowler Builders, where we both work, you're obviously the shop owner, has done a tremendous job promoting the sport of bowling. You're a silver level coach. You help bowlers out all over the state and beyond. So thank you so much for everything you do for the sport of bowling, that the Pro Shop does for the sport. And we're super excited to see what the future holds, again, starting this weekend with the JIT Shootout.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. You guys got a great thing going. You got a hell of a following. I was fortunate enough to finish 2nd at your tournament last week, which was absolutely brutal. That's what bowling should be. Back in the day, it wasn't all given to you. You had to throw good. You had to do good things, make good choices. So I love what you guys are doing. This is why I'm so happy to be part of it. The Pro Shop, Frankie and Ding Dong. Yeah, the future is crazy. It's ours.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And we have some great bowlers in this state that are very supportive. We had comments coming in. Dave Frechette says, "Hi guys, a big shout out to Jimmy at Bowling Builders for drilling my equipment. Obviously, 820 last night.
Guy wins a ball raffle, shoots 820 300 with it 2 weeks later.
Unbelievable. So congratulations to Stuff Crust, and congratulations to you for that awesome finish last week. It was fun to watch you attacking the heavy pattern on one lane and then playing that dart off the corner with a ton of speed with that vibe on the other lane with the 11 mils. That was a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damage control. All the guys will tell you, a lot of times it's a matter of hitting the one in front and making your spares, and the left lane was 100% that.
Absolutely. When you have three professionals in the field with AJ Chapman, El Nino, and Mallory Clark, and you make it to the final match, you're doing something right.
I was fortunate enough to beat El Nino there. He's already been having the banter back and forth about a rematch. So,
absolutely. Well, if that happens, anytime that happens, we want that on video, and we want it on this show.
Glad I have it on video. I'm 1-0, baby.
That's it. That's all that matters.
1-0.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, and a big shout
out.
I
love it. Can't wait. We're going to have plenty of Frankie and Ding Dong this weekend. I know it. We got some
absolutely.
We named it the Shootout.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and absolutely a big shout out to you, Jimmy. I do know that the scores started coming in that center just in time after your last shootout last year.
Yeah,
it was like the cornerstone for that building. Once that ice was broken in that just-in-time shootout that you guys ran last year, the scores have just gone off the roof in that building. And I do think it was that tournament, I think, that sparked the interest in bowling within that center again, and the hot scores coming through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, great work with it, and keep it up. And we're looking forward to bowling it this weekend for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll have a bunch of bowlers in the building. Hopefully they check out what we got going on in the pro shop as well. And, if you need any equipment, you need any lessons, see Jimmy, talk to any of us. We can definitely hook you up.
We're here for you.
Always.
Splinter's out of here. Thanks for the invite, Frankie and Ding Dong. Love the show. Keep doing what you're doing. Bowlers, look for us. We're going to be putting some scores up this weekend.
Absolutely. And if the scores go up, we'll be going live to get those right on camera so nobody misses a beat. We got you guys covered.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Splinter.
All right. So Master Splinter, that was awesome. Thank you very much, Master Splinter, for checking in. Again, the just-in-time shootout starts tomorrow at Just-in-Time Recreation in Lewiston, Maine. I know the entries were closed already, but if you've already entered in the tournament, you can also re-enter basically as many times as you want, as long as you get those entries in before the 30 minutes before the squad starts. So just make sure that you give tournament management a heads up, give them your money, say, hey, like if you and I happen to be there, say we were both entered, but we weren't bowling together, just say we want to throw a doubles together, get the sheet, give it to tournament management, give them your money, and off you go.
Yeah, absolutely. And, even if you're just there watching, you heard, Master Splinter right there say that we have at least 6 balls we're raffling off this weekend. And he said if we go more, he's going to find a way to get more. So, you can get in there. $2 a ticket. Once 100 tickets are sold, he's going to raffle off the ball. And I have a feeling, I think, something like 11 balls he said last year.
Yeah.
So
it was crazy last year. It was awesome. I mean, the bowlers responded. We're doing the raffles. As soon as those tickets are sold, we draw a ball. Bang, we go right to the next one. It's awesome. And I'll tell you, Jimmy, Mallory's done a great job. I mean, Mallory with just super promotions on this. Mallory Clark, obviously, starting a PWBA tour soon. We've had her on our show a couple of times. So can't wait to see her out on tour and kicking some ass out there against the ladies. And she's done a great job with the event. Jimmy's done a great job with this event, and it's nice to have that cornerstone event for them, to kind of kick off this second half of the bowling season as we get into, we just had a Carl's tournament, we just had an FDDS tournament. Now you have the shootout. Then you have, after the shootout next weekend, you also have the next Dirty Lou Derby, which Colonel Sanders runs on the 29th. And the shootout runs tomorrow, Sunday, next Saturday, then the Dirty Lou Derby on Sunday. And then that following Sunday, guess what? Boom.
Scotch on the Rocks,
February 5th at Bayside Bowl. We're working on the oil pattern. We don't have it released yet. We're working on a couple of things with that.
Have we opened up entries yet?
We have not opened up entries yet. I figure what we'll probably do is we're going to bowl the shootout this weekend. And I'm guessing probably Monday or so next week, we'll probably let the floodgates open for entries.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. So
And we know you guys love that one. It's one of the funnest tournaments of the year for sure. Grab your partner, do-si-do, as we usually say, and bowl in a really fun format. Scotch doubles is an alternating shot. Frankie and I, we bowled together the last couple of years and had a great time for sure. Our Beastie Bowler teammates bowl together, Sex and Slow Ride. They have a great time every year. As a matter of fact, I think the first year that they bowled together was like the most fun I've ever seen those two bowling in a tournament for sure. Yeah. So
I've already had messages from bowlers talking about it. I know that Daryl Lamore and Adrian want to get in again.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they're super excited for it. And we had comments coming in. Kathy Anderson, so excited to bowl tomorrow. Josh obviously congratulated Dave on his 820. Yeah. And then we have Josh saying Mama D, Sunny D are ready. So yeah, it's fun. It's a good time for everyone. Still good money. It's $80 for your entry for the team.
For the team, yeah.
And $600 for first place. $40 to make six. Make 600. 40 a piece. 600 as a team. 300 a piece. You can't go wrong with that. 32 teams of bowlers. Top 8 make it to match play.
6 games again.
It'll be 6 games of qualifying.
Games,
and then we'll go into match play.
Yeah.
So you get 6 games of qualifying because it's Scotch doubles. So get, we kind of extend that out. It goes very fast though, and it's a lot of fun. Alternating shots. So we know, Kathy. We know you're Caspa. So and Adam Jordan says that Crazy Train and Seth all revs are ready. Yeah, I know. He said he's going to bowl with Seth Colbert. So it'll be a fun team. So yeah. So anyways, think about that next week.
Fun teams. Tomorrow we have a trio of Hungus, El Nino
and Scotty
Tuhati.
Yeah. So that's a fun team. So
old school out of the vault baseline shirt right here.
Yeah, and don't forget the week after Scotch on the Rocks is the 2011 Bavita International Classic Short 34, the Carl's World Tour. Yeah. Another short pattern. I will have a stable of purples with me, and I'm actually drilling a pink Black Widow urethane. So we'll see how that rolls.
Be interesting on 34 feet though. The pink might be a little too.
Depends on the volume. I don't know what the volume is for that Bavita International Classic. I'm hoping it's like 26 mils or so. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so for 34 feet.
That would be awesome. So anyways, Super Bowl Sunday.
Awesome, as you mean like carry down Central.
And let's get real.
In purple.
Would you rather watch the Super Bowl or would you rather bowl in a tournament? I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Right.
Not Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Bowl Super, not Super Bowl.
Right. Yes.
Bowl Super, not Super Bowl.
Yes,
that's going to be the
tag. Bowl Super. Yeah, that's what it is. Fuck the Super Bowl.
Right.
Hashtag
Bowl Super. So
that's what we'll be doing. Frankie
Yeah. So then let's talk a little bit about the Through Thick and Thin tournament recap. Obviously, our tournament we had last Sunday. We'll put the oil patterns up for you guys. We'd like to call it the Dick Kicker International. There's our 2 oil patterns right there. One had 33 mils, one had 11, both 40 feet, both 1.28, 1.29 to 1 ratios. Yeah. Absolutely disgusting. The cut was minus 112 for 4.
Absolutely.
Minus 112. Yeah. Gross. And you know what? Awesome, by the way.
Yeah, totally.
Not just gross, but awesome. I didn't hear any bowlers really complaining at all. They all thought it was great. And that's what we want to see. Our bowlers love the challenge. And that's what we love about sending this to our people out there. Yeah. Our bowlers understand that is like old school, like just get down and dirty, make your spares, don't split, and just try to make some cuts. And you know what? That left lane with that light oil pattern was absolutely
Absolutely brutal. Yeah, we saw a lot of players, including El Chapo, just going hard at the head pin. He started doing that like mid through game 2.
Yeah,
did it through the rest of the day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then Splinter, kind of having the same mentality, getting a little bit more air under it and playing from the right side. And I think that helped him carry a couple Brooklyns. Which honestly, when you're playing that straight at the head pin, anyways. And you go from the right side, if you carry a blower Brooklyn, you're probably going to carry better than hitting flush because the flush hit's probably going to wrap it in and, maybe blower 7. So, hey, not a bad strategy. Man, hit the head pin was a good strategy.
It was a great strategy. Absolutely. I agree with you. So, so we just want to give a shout out to Michael Fortier for winning the Through Thick and Thin dual pattern tournament. Obviously, if you watched the live feed. We interviewed him after the tournament, talked about his strategy and everything. And, he twists on the ball pretty good.
Yes, he does.
So he was able to create, a little bit more down lane motion, played a tighter inside angle on the heavier oil pattern, which, definitely kept his ball in play. And he was able to strike a lot on the right lane. On the left lane, just throwing it a little harder and I think he used the same ball. I don't think he changed balls from lane to lane.
Yeah, I think he said he was using the IQ Tour on both.
Yeah,
but, I mean, he can throw missiles too.
Yeah,
so that's what really.
So again, congratulations to Michael Fortier for winning that event. We want to also thank our sponsor, Brunswick Bowling, who provided a raffle ball for the tournament, the Defender Hybrid, which is a very pretty ball. And that was won by Ricky the Razor.
Yeah.
So he actually only throws 14 pounds. But once again, Jimmy Clark stepping up, Bowler Builders Pro Shop, saying, you know what? Give us this one. We'll get you a 14. No problem. We'll take care of you. We'll still drill it for you. So thank you so much to Bowler Builders Pro Shops for offering that free drilling and taking care of the bowler and getting him, the same ball, but just in the weight that he throws. So
yeah, absolutely. For sure.
So we have Jim Griffin checking in. When your bowlers bowl in a state regional, they have to be thinking this is easy. Absolutely. I mean, I myself, just from my own personal experience, go out, bowl the tournament Sunday, and then bowl on Viper on Tuesday. And Viper felt like a house shot to me after bowling on what we had on Sunday. Oh, yeah. I go shoot 469 for 2.
Yeah.
And then bowl freaking league last night, shot 734. So after Sunday, everything felt easy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the advantage of bowling on that super hard stuff. If you can keep your ball in play and you get a better idea of what ball motion truly is, when you go to the easier stuff, it definitely makes it even easier for you to get to the pocket. Yeah. And we have DDJ checking in. Love you, boys. Shark City. Hey, look at the cups. See them? There they are. Thank you.
Sharks, yeah. And
Sharks had a good night. We had fun. He had El Chapo here with us the last couple weeks. He was here visiting. Yeah. Hanging out. It was a great time.
We even sat El Chapo game this week.
We sat him game 2 and we shot 834 as a team on Viper, which was unreal. We had a great,
crazy.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we found out, DDJ, you are now a 2-3 guy. You are now banned from game 1 the rest of the season.
Right. It was a fun night.
It was a great night.
With your wife's team, Skull, which love bowling with all of those guys anyways.
Oh, so absolutely.
I guess we were fortunate to be able to have cool matchups like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, that being said, there isn't really too many matchups that aren't cool in that building. There's a lot of really great teams. But Skull, obviously, banner winners there. Great.
Skull's great people. I mean, I bowled with them for a season before, joining the Sharks. Automatic took a year off to be with his family and stuff, so I just stepped in, and they are a great group of people. Viking, Queen, Team Money, Automatic. Obviously, my wife's on that team. Yeah. And just great people. I mean, you can't get a better group of people. So it was a lot of fun bowling with them this week. It's always a week I always look forward to on our Bopo League, bowling against a team like Skull. So it was a lot of fun. So it was really cool. So.
And just one last Sharks thing. I just want to give a huge shout out, not only to my Sharks, but to our extended taxi squad. Thanks for you guys. El Chapo, for sure, QBD, and Zen. Thanks, you guys, for stepping in and helping us out.
Yes, absolutely. Jim Griffin saying, "Love your shirt, Levi. Love it with the bowling ball. Very cool." So
it's from the vault. It's an old school Bayside shirt.
It is. Yeah, way
old
back.
School
so that's
Bayside
really cool.
Shirt. Yeah.
So we're just talking about some new ball releases coming up. The Katana Assault, which is what I have right here. This is my drilled one that I actually used on the league this week. And actually, if you checked out, I put a reel up today comparing that to the one remix with the exact same layout. One remix obviously picks up quicker, bigger intermediate diff. It's a huge differential ball. Rounder. It's a solid, polished solid. This obviously being a Pearl with the HK22, just phenomenal looking piece of equipment. Never mind performing piece of equipment. Gets through the mid lanes really well and just really comes off the spot. Really nice. When I hit the pocket with this thing Wednesday night, I struck a lot with it.
Yeah.
Very good piece of equipment. Like I said, 734 out of the gate with it. If I wasn't so tired and felt like I was going to fall asleep all night, maybe it would have been even better. But
well, you had a rough night there at Carlioki, closing the place down. On Tuesday. After our Sharks win, baby.
I'm just going to say, after Sharks win and then getting up there with El Chapo, and Frankie may have had a couple too many to drink, so I had to close the place down.
Yeah,
I may have had to sleep there with the way it was going, but it was a lot of fun, though. I mean, the Carlioki is just a great time. Yeah. Got some dancing in and stuff, too, which was a lot of fun. So Oh, what do we got? Mallory Clark checking in. PWBA star. Just drilled my new Envision and Katana today.
Yeah, baby.
That's awesome. I got your snap earlier with your awesome kitty. What a cute freaking cat that they have. Oh my God.
Yeah.
She said that's code for Jimmy drilled them.
Yeah. No, we figured. Yeah. So I got to say, it has 2 katanas on it, but it should have hockey sticks on it, Frank.
Dude, that thing does. When you watch it, I mean, even the video. I mean, did you see the video? I mean, you took the video.
I took the video. Yeah.
The one that peeled off the half board.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was salivating into the gun.
On Viper, nonetheless.
Yeah, right.
So getting this ball to strike on Viper, and actually struck quite a bit. I want to say the first 3 shots right out of my hand when we just put the camera on. I hadn't even thrown the ball yet. Was strike. I was like, this is great. I'll tell you what. Pre-order this from Bowler Builders Pro Shop. You won't be disappointed. If you like the original katana, I tell people this is like the original katana, but quicker response down lane. I mean, maybe a board or 2 overall difference, a little bit more. Hard to say because it's been a few years since I threw the original katana, but motion-wise, definitely a little quicker response. But, I mean, it just goes and just goes and goes. Reminds me of, like, with your sensor that just goes and just doesn't deflect. This one really doesn't do it. It just keeps going, which is unbelievable. I love that ball motion. And
it's funny how that one's a little maybe cleaner than the sensor, but definitely sharper. Holy
for an
shit.
asymmetric, too. I mean,
holy shit.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
That's hook.
That's like,
and you can smell the hook when you open up.
Oh my
the
God!
box
The thing
and it comes in. Smell the hook.
It smells. It smells like an epoxy factory.
Yeah.
When you, it's
a beautiful thing. And when you drill it, oh, that's the best.
Oh, so Mallory says another fun fact: I've never thrown any of the Katana series.
Oh, well,
but so excited for this one.
Wasn't product registered
with the PWBA, right? But they
until
are now.
Like after COVID or something.
Correct. Yeah, I think last year was the first
COVID.
year.
Yeah,
last year was the first year that they were product registered. So
really
really excited that our ladies on staff can get those another option and more tools in the tool bag for them to use, and that katana should be in everyone's bag for sure. And Josh Delfonso says it looked good Wednesday night. Thanks, Josh. Boy, I felt bad for the guys that were bowling next to you who kept breaking down and then ended up getting moved. I want to say they were like 2 frames into game 2 when we left. So I felt bad. I'm glad that wasn't us because that was a long night for them, boy. I'll tell you. So anyways, check out any of those new releases coming up. The Knockout Bruiser, which is one of the balls we'll be giving away at the next tournament on February 5th. I believe we're going to give away the Knockout Bruiser at the Scotch on the Rocks tournament. So that'll be a great piece of equipment for you to check out. The Columbia Explosion and the Ebonite Envision. Now, I can't wait to see Mallory drilled an Envision, and this is a ball that I'm super interested in. Yeah. That thing looks amazing shelf appeal. Great. I want to see her throw that thing this weekend. I want to see how it compares to the Assault personally. Yep. So I am really looking forward to that. So Mallory, just let me know what you think this weekend. I will definitely be watching a lot of your shots. Not that I wouldn't normally anyways, because you throw it great. So I would be watching anyways. Now I'll just be watching even more.
I'm guessing it's probably not going to be as sharp as the Assault, just because the Assault has the flip block in
I'm guessing, and you put flip block or something, I'm buying it anyway. So. Yeah. So just a reminder that all of the our tournaments are on tournamentbowl.com. Anything that we run, the Carl's tournaments, we have all those on there, so check those out. When we do open up registrations next week for Scotch on the Rocks, you'll see our email at the bottom of the screen. thefrankieanddingdongshow@gmail.com is the only way to get into the tournament. So please don't message. Please don't comment on a post. Yeah. Send us an email. We'll give you a confirmation back. 32 teams, 64 total bowlers is what we're taking. It's going to be a fun time. It should be great. Really looking forward to it. Don't forget, we also have our FDDS pattern library. So we added 2 more to that library with our dual pattern event we just had, the Through Thick and Thin. And we'll add another tournament to that. And we have a great idea coming up for when we expand this library into more patterns. So that'll be something coming up hopefully next season. Yeah. So definitely keep your eyes out for that.
For sure. And I just want to add, I mean, this Scotch on the Rocks, it's only 32 teams. It's going to fill up fast. Yeah. The reason why you want to use email is because we use the timestamp of the email to determine which actual person got in first to the registration. Yes. So definitely make sure you send it via email, because that timestamp will either be the determining factor if you're Team 32 or if you're first on the waiting list, then you definitely want to get into this one.
I agree. Josh Delfonso said he's looking forward to seeing the Scotch pattern. yes, you're definitely going to want to see that Scotch pattern.
So we have here. Okay, here's the deal, Sonny. We have a few different patterns already built, already ready to go.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily want to use one of those, so we're still a little undecided because I mean, that's
there's we put some ideas actually on paper last week, and that's kind of how our ideas always start. Like I'll say something, I'll be like, "Ding dong, check this out," or like last week you said, "Hey Frankie, check this out," and then we modify it. We kind of do things, and then we talk to the mad scientist, and we're like, "Mad scientist, can we do this?
Is it possible?
Is it possible?
Yes.
And if it isn't, let's modify it so that we can get it as close to our vision as possible." So that's kind of where we start with things, and then we work with Greg and the three of us together, always coming up with ideas together, trying to make things fun and playable. It'll be something that'll be playable for everyone. You'll have to make some spares, obviously, in our tournaments.
Always, yeah.
But that's great in a Scotch on the Rocks because, especially if you're like a lefty-righty team like us, I'm shooting this shit that I never bowl at.
Never.
Because when he leaves stuff as a righty, it's stuff that I would never
like that one time you left me a bucket that was the 3,
Yeah.
5, 6, 9.
You're like, why would I ever
fuck is
use
that?
this thing? So,
right here, bucket,
yeah.
Like
so
and here's the deal for those of you guys that might be new viewers or whatever. We kind of just summed up what the Frankie and Ding Dong show and our tournament series is all about with the statement of we go to the head mechanic who builds our oil patterns and we say, is this even possible?
Right.
If that doesn't tell you something, guys, about what we're doing,
that's what we do. That's where
we're
we start.
not doing the standard cookie cutter house shots.
No.
Not by any
You're
means.
You're not going to get Stone Street or any of that type of stuff here. You're going to get. You might get like an old school Roman cobblestone highway or something, but you're not going to get anything easier than that. So
you might have a perfected Arby's pattern.
Yes, the Arby's.
But we don't. When are we ever going to use?
Should we have like a music conductor pattern and just see like what this does?
Oh.
Anyways, we're always coming up with weird ideas. So, also, I just want to let people know the missed FDDS Carl Series titles archive are online now. I have not put the title in from last weekend's tournament yet. That will be put in this weekend. So if you're looking for that, that'll be Michael Fortier's title. I believe it's his first title in any of those series. So all the rest of the titles are all on there and they're all updated. Let's say we're up to like 150 tournaments on there now. It's just insane.
That's awesome.
Which is great.
So
don't forget Frankie Avalon King Ding Dong signature Rift apparel jerseys. They're in the process of updating the website to get our staff stuff on there. You can go to riftapparel.com, check out what they have for their stock designs. And they have like a custom create your own feature where you can upload your stuff on there. Great company to work with. The jerseys fit great. Everyone in the company is really super easy to work with. I actually had Big Tony talked to me this week about getting a Frankie jersey. I think he liked the skull jersey. I gave him, the information to contact Rift and tell him that that's what he's interested in. Even though it's not on the website yet, just tell them what you want and they can definitely make it happen for you.
Yeah,
for sure, no problem.
They have our Stafford jerseys. They also have all sorts of new fresh designs always coming out.
Yeah,
they're really great at custom work too.
This is the King. I'm just showing them the King Ding Dong crown jersey and the King Ding Dong lighthouse. I love the lighthouse one so much. That is such a good jersey. It's
so sick on how comfy these jerseys
they are, and they're true fit.
Yeah, we got Bayside High Roller jerseys too from Rift.
Yeah,
and
you did. Season, those look great.
And oh wow, they're
they look great.
Comfy. Like the kids like them, and I actually bolded mine after one of the events there in league, and man, that one's just as comfy.
And so we got the Frankie Skull jersey and the Frankie Zombie jersey, both super popular jerseys. And I'm going to be creating some more. So those are my first two custom designs, and then you also have the Frankie and Ding Dong custom Frankie and Ding Dong show jerseys. So you can definitely get any of those. Yeah. So anyway, so just check those out. Like I said, really, really cool company to work for. So
absolutely. Yeah, so make sure you go to riftapparel.com, hit the contact us at the bottom, let them know that you want some FDDS signature gear, and they'll hook you up for sure. You will be impressed with how comfy these jerseys are.
100%. Yes, they're very super comfortable.
They're amazing.
So.
Yeah, totally amazing. The colors are great. I haven't had any problems with like washing them. Or
Yeah,
anything
no,
like
mine
that.
have been. Yeah, I've watched them a bunch and no issues at all. So I'll
Yeah,
be wearing. I think
they're
I'm wearing the
amazing.
skull one tomorrow. That's kind of
Are
what
you?
I'm leaning towards right now. So
Okay.
we'll see. Maybe the zombie. I haven't worn the zombie in a while, so
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe
We'll figure
I'll
it
wear
out.
my lighthouse one tomorrow. I don't know.
I just got a text from Avery. They just landed in Dallas, so she's down there visiting El Chapo down there, and El Chapo flew back today. So
yeah,
glad that they made it and hit the ground in Dallas. So
yeah,
I think
cool.
El Chapo has a tournament this weekend. So good luck, AJ, bowling down in Dallas this weekend. So
Yeah,
I think it's a regional down there he's bowling in. So hope he
Yeah.
wins it. That'd be great. So
request Rift, man.
request Rift, absolutely.
Rift
And
Barrel.
so yeah, that's our Fridays with Frankie show tonight. Any more comments coming in? Anyone else? Anything they want to talk about? Is there any high scores we missed? I also want to put it out there. We run a lot of our Frankie and Ding Dong tournaments at Bayside Bowl. Obviously, we love Bayside.
Yeah.
Charlie, they're super supportive of us and everything. Obviously, Greg being the mad scientist, we work with him being the head mechanic.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if any of the centers out there, the managers are watching, anyone that works in other centers are watching, we are super not opposed to coming to your center and getting a tournament there, doing some live streams there, even if it's just interviewing you guys on site for something you got going on. Say you got a special event. I mean, heck, you might have Special Olympics there or something. Whatever's going on, talk to us and we'll get there and maybe do some interviews, talk to you guys, get people on camera, do a little promotion for you, whatever you want. I mean, we're here. We're the amateur bowlers for the amateur bowlers and for all bowlers, really. And we, like I said, we've had professionals in here. We've done interviews, on-site stuff. I mean, you've done stuff at Junior Gold.
Yep.
I've done stuff on site at different places. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, we are definitely trying to cover as much of the bowling world from our corner in Maine as possible. And so just because we run a lot of our events at Bayside, it doesn't mean that we're opposed to not running them somewhere else. But, you guys get a hold of us and we'll try to make it happen for sure. Yeah. The summertime for us is pretty much wide open as far as the event calendar because our series.
Except for Junior Gold.
Well, right, you're going to be a Junior Gold, but,
and,
you'll be a Team Masters Junior Gold. Obviously, I will run the missed match play again this year. We'll be affiliated with that because that's just a staple and an iconic tournament at this point.
It was the highest paying amateur tournament before the Hungus.
It was before the 8K. Yep, absolutely. So it's still second in that regard. The Hungus 8K will be happening again this year. You probably saw that tournament listed on the Carl's World Tour page for the list of tournaments. That's coming up on May 21st. Entries are not open for that. Don't even think about trying to get an entry for that. We got to get through the rest of the season first. We still got a couple more Hungus events, plus the season-ending Hungus one, which happens in April. For the points one.
Scotch on the Rocks.
Scotch on the Rocks we got coming up. And then we might have some other special stuff happening. So a lot of stuff coming up for our bowlers. I mean, we have so many tournaments. It makes me so happy because I remember back, there were some dark days way back where it was hard to find a single tournament going on in this area. And now I love the fact that we have a supportive group of bowlers and we get new bowlers all the time trying these events. We had new bowlers that were in our last tournament that we ran last weekend, people that maybe hadn't bowled before in our events. I love seeing that. I love seeing our return bowlers. It's just great to see the expansion. The pro shop's doing well, helping as many people as possible. So It's just all good stuff. And I love seeing the positivity here in the state and the support from everybody.
Yeah, for sure. And it's, like you said, it's good to have the diverse tournaments out there. It's I think what kind of got stale in the state was that you did have maybe a tournament series here and there, but it was bowling on the Super China, and a lot of people got sick of that because they didn't want to get run over by a carry contest. And they know when they come out to a tournament like ours, they know that everyone out there is working for every single pin that they get, and it really makes it so that way anyone has a chance any given tournament. And the cool thing is about bowling the tournament series, unlike league, is you have a rough week and then you go into the next tournament and you could have a great week.
Absolutely.
It's really cool. And when you can put some bread in your pocket, by just rolling and, just coming out, man, having fun and experiencing some of these fucking shots that we put out.
I agree.
There's no other time in life you're never going to experience some of the shit that we put down on the lane. So
and something when you go to another tournament and you have this in your memory bank and you're like, you know what, I'm going to something that's maybe a 1.5 to 1. I'm not sure. Oh, wait a minute. I've bowled a couple of these, FTDS events where it's been even harder than that. I got an idea where to start. I've bowled on a similar volume before. So it just gives you maybe a leg up on where you would have normally been if you had never bowled this stuff before. And if that means that instead of starting, open, spare, open, you start strike, spare, strike, and all of a sudden you're 30 pins better, guess what? That might be the difference between you making a cut and missing a cut, just from the experience in making moves faster that you wouldn't have made before. So that's what we're here for, education, helping people grow as individuals and grow as a sport together is just amazing stuff. So Josh Delfonso says new people making cuts is awesome. I 100% agree.
Oh,
I love it. Like when we saw Jelly Swirl make her cut at the tournament, that was awesome. We love stuff like that. We love seeing people make their first cuts.
100%.
And Jim Griffith says, any lucky relationship to that Mega Millions winner in Lebanon, Maine, 1.35 billion. Jack, I know it's crazy. 1.35 billion for someone that lives in Maine, like that won that Mega Millions.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I don't even know where Lebanon is, to be quite honest.
Yeah, neither do I.
Is
but
that like
I think it's near the New
Libyans
Hampshire
are
border.
coming?
I think it's near the Hampshire border because someone told me if they had bought the ticket like literally half a mile down the road in New Hampshire, they would have ended up keeping like an extra 300 million or something, like some ridiculous amount of money just because of taxes. So pretty wild stuff. So anyways, we're going to be signing off here pretty soon. Thank you so much. We want to, obviously you see behind us, thank you to Bowler Builders Pro Shop owner Jimmy Clark stopping in tonight.
Yeah, Master Splinter.
Master Splinter, Just in Time Shootout starts tomorrow, 1/21/2023, 8:30 squad. I will be there. I have 4 squads tomorrow. Hopefully someone catches it live.
Only 4?
I have 4 squads tomorrow.
I'm only going 3.
Yeah, because I got that extra doubles with Adam tomorrow as well.
In the AM.
Yeah, so I think I got singles at 8:30, Adam and I, and then we're bowling doubles when you bowl singles, the next squad. And then we'd have our trios, and then you and I are finishing the day with doubles. So, so it should be a great time. Again, thank you to Jimmy Clark for stepping in. I mean, just amazing what he's done in this state as well, on the lanes and off the lanes, obviously. So definitely really appreciate
Are we doing a Fridays with Frankie next week? I'm not going to be around.
Oh, you're going to be on next week?
Yeah.
All right, so well, if I do a Fridays with Frankie next week, I might be looking at someone to sit in the booth next to me.
Or maybe I could
or you could call in from. Yeah,
that would be in a special location.
Oh, week. That's right. Yes. Yeah. Don't give away too much about that. So that'll be amazing. So yes, you definitely need to do that. But maybe
we might do it on a Saturday then when I'm there anyway. So
could be. Yeah. But we'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. You look at where your schedule is around 8 o'clock next Friday and see where you're at and see. Okay. If I get a Fridays with Frankie, maybe it'd be a solo edition. I have done solo edition of Fridays with Frankie.
Yeah.
But maybe if we have one of our local guys hanging out and wants to come over to the studio,
into the booth,
we'll get you right in here and sit right next to Frankie. So we'll see what's going on. And so Jim Griffin says, have a great night. Good luck to all the bowlers. I agree. Good luck to all the bowlers this weekend at the Just in Time Shootout. And that's all we have to say tonight. Congratulations to everyone who shot some big numbers this week, especially Stuff Cross, our boy, with his 820 and his 300. And I'm curious. Splinter said that Shane McFarland was 557 after 2 tonight. I wonder if he ended up finishing it off or not for 800 or whatever. So we'll find out. And if we find out, we can always put it on next week's show. So hopefully you'll see some live streaming from us this weekend at the shootout. Hopefully there's some big numbers there. And we can get some quick live hit videos on the page or whatever, or just share the stuff that maybe Just in Time's putting out so that bowlers can see it. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right, so thank you very much for King Ding Dong. I am Frankie Aberlon. Thank you so much for tuning in for another edition of Fridays with Frankie. Bowl well and be good to each other, man. Just be good.
Yeah, and get the kids in the center.
Always get the kids in the center.